Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, let's get going. Now, obviously, I have no games to show you. We've just got some friendlies that we've played, and we generally lose because I set most of my first team available for the B team and the under-18s for this, just because it's easier to get more match fitness this way. But it's still not been that successful in getting us match fitness, and I really think that's down to our amateur status, which is one of the reasons it's going to be so difficult to get out of this league, because I think the semi-pro teams will at least have had a bit more training and can get match fit a bit quicker, so I think that's really going to affect us, particularly in the first couple of games of this stage. It is going to be so tough. You have no idea how tough this is going to be. Now, you might notice here I signed up a load of African players at some point, but some of them will join us. They'll probably be rubbish still, but you never know. Some of them might be at least keepable. Now, just looking away to the right-hand side of the screen, we've had some players leave, and there was naught I could do about them, and it's kind of annoying in some cases and less of a care in the other cases. Probably the most annoying one is Urfjord. He's left to join Haukar, who are a second-tier team in Iceland, but they're a professional side, and he's on £10 a week and, you know, making that big money now. Also, Rune Jonsson left to join Stjarnan. I can't fault him. These guys have won the Icelandic League. These guys are a really, really good side, and I guess it shows that we probably had quite a decent player on our hands in Rune Jonsson, or certainly had the potential to be, because £100 a week they were prepared to put this guy on. He's only 17. This is why I think it'll be very useful if we do go semi-pro, because we can maybe bring some of these players in and manage to sell them off and actually generate some money that way. Keith Griffin also left for Galway United. I think he's the first Irish player that's actually left us to go back to Ireland. Most of them just want to stay, which is great. And also Aaron Christopher Christensen, another relatively decent striker, has left. And I'm a little bit annoyed at this one because I wanted to try and use him as a bit of a target man. Because someone actually suggested me doing that with a middle striker, and I was hoping that he might become that, but then he left. So, bye, Aaron. I've also just noticed that we signed a player from a team called Cure Pipe Starlight. That is probably the best name ever. This has got me thinking, and this isn't actually a question of the day thing, but I'm interested. What is the best football club name you can think of? Like, just in the world ever? I particularly like the team called, what's it called? Insurance Management Bears or something. I think they're based in the Bahamas. That's probably, for me, the pinnacle, along with Cure Pipe Starlight. But if you've got any more, drop those in the comments too. I'd be happy to hear them. Now, that's enough faffing around. We've had a youth intake, and that's kind of very important to talk about. Now, I'm going to put a screenshot of it that I took at the time, because by the time we see this, those players are already out of our academy bit and into the under-19s. There's two players of note that I really want to talk about. The rest, there's some okay potential players, but there's two players that I think are really decent. I cannot stop hiccuping at the moment. The first of which is Oliver Betzer. He is a 3-star current ability player, and he's 15 years old. He actually can't even play for us yet. That's how young he is, and he's not even going to be able to play for us until later in the year, until like practically the start of next year, which is very, very frustrating because unfortunately, you have to be 16 to play in this division. So we're going to make sure that he gets the best tutoring, because he's fairly sporting already, but we've matched him up with a tutor that's fairly sporting also, because that's the best we can do, but has much higher determination. So hopefully we can bring that up a little bit as well, because it is a bit on the low side. But 3-star player, 5-star potential. He's very, very fast, 17 natural fitness as well, 15 acceleration, 11 pace, not too bad. Okay, his crossing and dribbling are a little on the low side, but I think this guy could be absolutely incredible for us. Great teamwork. I'm a fan of his so far. He's got some decent defensive stats as well, marking 7, tackling 6 for this level, anyway. And okay passing as well. Heading isn't too bad either. It's at least not red. So there's him, and then there's also Frank Kristofferson. Slight issue with Frank is that obviously he looks like he could be a fairly solid player. He's got great crossing, great first touch. Oh, sorry, no. Great free kicks. Decent physicals, in fact. Apart from his jumping reach, stamina, and strength, he could really do with boosting that up. But some decent in the general pace side of things. The problem we've got is that he plays in a position we just don't use. The only thing I can think of doing is retraining him as a wing-back, because he's already got that incredible crossing stat. What do you think about this? I'm interested to see what you guys think, because he's got 2 finishing, but he also has 2 tackling. But I think the best course of action for us to take with this guy at the moment is to try and retrain him as a left wing-back. Because I just don't see where else we could use him in this team at the moment. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, unfortunately, some players have left. Christopher Ibsen has left. Mikkelsen and Röder both complained as well, and Röder has left, but Mikkelsen hasn't. Now, this is what's frustrated me. I understand that Ibsen hasn't been playing that much, but he complained. I don't think he complained at all during the season, but over the course of 4 months of us not playing, he complained about the lack of first-team football 3 times. And on the 3rd attempt, the whole get the captain or whatever to sort it out did not work, and I was unable to resolve it. And that was the same with the other 2 as well. That stuff is still so broken. Why are they complaining about the lack of first-team football over a period of 4 months where we haven't played any first-team football? Like, it can't be that difficult to code that out of the game. And while they're at it, they can make the regens look a little bit less like aliens. They seem to have got worse over the past 3 or 4 years of this game. I remember when I first started, I pretty much saw the regens look better than they do now. There's also very little variety in the regens. Sorry, I'm ranting about regens now, but you get my point. Now, I've done a bit of a reshuffle when it comes to the starting 11s because I've noticed that because we have so much rotation with the players and players coming through, players getting worse and better, I thought it's important that we keep reassessing every sort of 6 months the actual best first team squad. Because I've noticed players like Finn Pedersen actually aren't very good in the grand scheme of the team. He is rated like a 1 star now compared to some of his compatriots in this team. So I thought it'd be worthwhile us doing a bit of a switcheroo. So this is the first team we're going to go with for today. Obviously, we're going to have to make some changes because of the injury to Nygaard, but the one I'm intending to go with, generally speaking, if all are available. So Gudjohnsen in goal. He's sort of established himself there now. Gunnarsson at the back with Steen Madsen, who I'm pretty confident in. He's got decent jumping reach. His heading is only 7, but he's fairly tall as well, so I think he should be okay. He's got good marking as well, actually. Left-footed only, so playing him in the middle should be all right. Not sure why I had Einstein in there instead of Benson. I think it might have been from me switching around the tactics. Benson and Diamosa in the middle, obviously. Diamosa is just brilliant these days. I think he's still 4-star, right? No, he's 3.5 star now. That must be because other players have improved. People like Alan Franson, kind of the key in that. He's now 4 stars, and he's actually well-suited to this division. Finally, well done, Alan. Kramer on the right-hand side, O'Toole on the left, because I'm not a big fan of Rasmus Borup at the moment. He has made a lot of mistakes, and I'm still wondering why. We will go into that, and I think it might be because he has a PPM that is not particularly well suited for him, and that is that he likes to mark opponents very tightly, and I do wonder if him playing as a wingback with that PPM is going to cause some issues. If that's true, let me know, because that's the only thing I can think of at the moment, based on his stats. Kramer on the right, Franson, Nygaard, and Bøje up front. Bøje's getting better and better at playing in this role, so I'm a fan of that. Although for today, that isn't going to be the case. We're actually going to go with Brendan O'Neill, another Irish lad who, I don't remember when we brought him in, but is one of the many. He's a 2-star poacher now, so he's really been improving quite dramatically in our youth academy. So I figured, why not give him a tryout today? He's got okay match fitness as well as a result of playing in some of those under-19 games. So yeah, I think we'll give him a try today. You might also notice I've changed Gregerson into being a ball-playing defender. Someone suggested I'd try that just because he's the one generally with the best passing of our defenders. Let me just check to make sure Madsen isn't any better. He's about the same, but it'd be better to put him here, just to try and encourage some more of those long balls over the top. And I think I've also set my goalkeeper to distribute specifically to Gregerson at the back. That way, we're not wasting time with it. Basically, we're cutting out the middleman, because if he passes it to one of the other guys, they'll only try and pass it to Gregerson anyway. So I figure we might as well go straight to him. We can change that if I see that they're marking him very tightly, but I don't think they will, and I think that's the best approach for now. Now remember, this is a double live com, so I might have to chop this game up a tiny bit more just to fit it into a video. I don't want this video to exceed like 25 minutes, frankly. So, question of the day today is, which player do you wish that was still at your club? So I assume you mean current player. For me, it is a very, very simple one. Moussa Dembele. Spurs Moussa Dembele, that is. He is an absolute machine, and he was like a Rolls Royce in the Fulham midfield back in the day. So I would give anything to have him back in that midfield as well. So let me know. Player from your club that used to play for you, or who you wish still did, basically. And if you have any ideas for more questions like that, drop them in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, we've just had an interesting chance to go against us here. We're at home, so I'd like to think we're capable. We only lost 1 home game in the first stage, albeit to Schellerup, but this is a totally different kettle of fish. I personally don't believe that we've got anywhere near the strength to get out of this division. We're going to have a little bit of a head start with the older points, but honestly, if we got in the top half, I'd probably be happy, to be honest. Lose it out to Dim also. Here comes Alan Franson. There's only 3 on... there's only 2 players in there. Can he find the cross, though? He does, you know. O'Neill! Oh, Brendan O'Neill with the first real chance of the game for us. My God. It just occurred to me that O'Neill didn't actually get a head on that at all, and in fact, it was just the defender heading it back to his keeper. Poor shot over the bar. So, we've still yet to have our first shot of the game. Doesn't bode well for us so far, does it? So half-time and literally nothing has happened. There's barely been any highlights in this game. There's been no real opportunities for either team. And I'm just trying to think, what can we do to make something happen in this second period? Now, strikers themselves aren't having a great time. And I do wonder if maybe just putting it onto pass into space on this tactic might work for now. Because we're getting a lot of space in behind, well, when I see us getting chances anyway. And maybe just going for a more direct passing style with the pass into space for the second half. I just can't think of what else to do here. because they're not offering much going forward, particularly. They've had a few shots, but they've almost all been from range and no actual chances, and we've not created anything either for Johnson. So you notice how he always goes to Gregerson. Now, Gregerson can look over the top with those types of passes. It's not always going to work. Bowier's through. Can he make it 1-0? He can! 1-0 to B67. That is very fortunate from us, but at the end of the day, it came from the fact that Gregerson is the man with the ball playing those passes. We're just cutting out the middleman. Gregerson's getting it, and he's just looking over the top. He doesn't do it all the time, but often from those sort of situations, that's what happens. Terrible from Jensen here. Bowyer is the man again, getting in there and making it 1-0. Bloody hell. I cannot believe we're winning this game. They've not been very good, but then neither have we. Pedersen! Oh no, not Pedersen, Franson. It's now 2-0. Søren Bowyer. Wow, this second half has really stepped it up a notch, and we're 2-0 up against Nyköping. My God. This is incredible. These guys are one of the ones I was really worried about. Lovely work from Alan Franson. Lovely cross from Diamosa, and we're 2 goals up. Adam O'Toole is not in a comfortable position here. Oh, ho, ho. Good Johnson finds Gregerson anyway. O'Toole is out of position, but he's looked over the top again. It's O'Neill. O'Neill's through. Can he score? Oh, not quite. Oh, my goodness. Brennan O'Neill. Just keep shooting from range. That is all I want from you. Ball up the pitch to nobody. Oh, no. Oh, come on. That's frustrating. That's so annoying. I thought we'd cleared this. We did some good defending here. It's whacked up the pitch by Madsen, and then it's just lumped back over the top, and then... not good goalkeeping there from Good Johnson, but we've had some goalkeeping errors go in our favour. So we'll take that. It's 2-1. This game has suddenly really, really picked up. Oh, he's played it to Gunnarsson instead. Interesting. Looks over the top for Franson. He's in, you know. Alan Franson is completely through on goal, and he's missed the chance. We've created a lot in the opening 15 minutes here. First change I'm going to make, actually, is to get off Rasmus Kramer for Gunnarsson, because he's not having a good game so far. And unfortunately, Brendan O'Neill isn't either, but then who do we really bring on in that position? I am going to get Benson off for Einstein as well, because he is on a booking, and I don't want to get a man sent off. Einstein's fairly competent in that position. Going to make one more sub since we're into stoppage time now. I'm going to get Brendan O'Neill off. Sorry, not Brendan, Brendan. And we're going to get Big Bigler into the middle there. I really do want to get more out of him this... Oh, Scheiße. Oh, that's going to be a goal, isn't it? Oh my God, what a save. Good Johnson's just bailed us out there massively. That could be a match-winning save there from Good Johnson. He might have made a little bit of a mistake for their goal, but he's probably just bailed us out massively there. Corland, watch out. Somebody get a tackle in there. We want a long-range shot any minute now. That's what we need to see. Wagner, don't let him get that ball in, and if he does, get those headers away. Gunnarsson, good clearance. Long ranger coming up now. Oh no! Oh, that was a good opportunity, and that might be it, guys. And there we have it. 2-1, we've beaten them, and I think we deserve it, actually. Created a decent amount of chances. Look at the amount of key passes we had in this game. That was a really good performance. 2 quick-fire goals. I think the changes we made certainly worked, if not indefinitely. They certainly worked for a bit. Right, we're back, and we're on the day of the game against Vidovre. That's how I looked it up. It's on Forvo, and people tell me how to do it. I had to restart my face cam because this video has been going on for so long, and I was worried the camera was going to turn off. But anyway, this is the team we're going with. Bowyer, Nygaard, Franson, Einstein, Dirmosa. Had to put Kramer in a defensive midfield because Benson is suspended. So that's an area we definitely need to strengthen in if I can find some of these youngsters. We don't seem to be getting many defensive midfielders coming to us. That is kind of interesting. O'Toole at left back. He didn't do a great job in the last game, I've got to say, but I've got faith in him that he will improve, although I'm tempted just to stop. But what is it doing? Does anyone else have that same problem where it just won't let you select things for whatever reason? I'm going to put Borup in, actually, just for today's game, just to steady the ship a little bit, since we've really, I don't know, it seems like we actually have a chance here. Gunnarsson on the right, Gregerson and Madsen in the middle with Johnson. Now, there's no ball-playing defenders in this tactic. I wasn't sure if that was a good idea with 2 centre-backs to be doing that, but hey, we'll see. Oh, good, we've got the relegation stage up. That's just delightful. I just don't get it. Right, Borup down the wing here. I noticed on the pass map for the last game, Rasmus Kramer was incredibly isolated on the right-hand side. I think the reason for that, though, is because we were set to distribute to Gregerson, and therefore he was always going to prefer playing the ball to O'Toole. So that, again, might be the reason that O'Toole perhaps played a bit worse in a way, because he was getting so much of the ball perhaps when he didn't want it. So maybe that's something we need to look into, and maybe put a ball-playing defender in the middle instead of on one side. Just a thought. Let me know what you think about that. Borup now. Kramer. Einstein, can he flip it out to the wing? He can. Gunnarsson, can he find a cross, though? Oh, my God. Very nearly a goal for Nygaard. Korsch down the pitch. Won again by the defender. Good stuff, Diamosa. Einstein into the channel for Alan Franson. Can he do it? Alan Franson, it's well saved by the keeper, but an excellent start for us so far. Out wide. Gunnarsson's in there. Oh, okay. That was weird. The defender sort of could have got the ball and then just left it for some reason. Diamosa. Christensen. Out for Thorup. Oh! That's a good finish from Burson. Oh, God, it's him. That's the guy that was playing for Odder last year that was scoring all those goals against us. No wonder he's conceded. That all kind of came from my defender just not getting the ball when it went right past him. Great little interchange here from them. I actually still kind of disappointed that we've let that one slide through us. Disappointing, but we do trail. Damn it. Because honestly, the worst performing players on the team for us at the moment are our strikers. That might just be because we're not getting the ball to them enough, and they're just not having enough to do. Oh! Nikolai Johansson makes it 2-0, and I think this game is already moving away from us. We could have been winning this early on, but they have been very, very good. I don't know whether they are high or low in this division, but a bit unfortunate maybe. Great save from the keeper. The ball's just ricocheting around all over the shop, and it's ended up in the back of the net. That's very unfortunate. Right, we're going to have to make a change here, because this is not working. Not at all. Right, changes. I'm going to go more direct and work ball into the box, because I think that might allow us to hang on to the ball a little bit more and get some possession back. But also the long balls mean we can reach the strikers a bit better. Because I do think that perhaps the reason they're performing so badly is just because they're not getting touches of the ball. It seems that the ball is getting cut out by their defensive midfielders, or rather they're just their central midfielders. Don't you dare mess this up, Madsen. He's going to play it straight to that guy in the middle, as we all know. There you go. You know when you can see it unfolding and you know exactly what's about to happen, and then it just does. Probably, I mean, come on. Great vision from Burson to put it to the back post, and it is now 3-0. This is a really bad result so far. They've been fucking excellent, and we've been dreadful. Like, really, really dreadful. I do wonder if not having a decent defensive midfielders certainly not helped us today, that's for sure. Franson, can he get the ball back in? Can we get a goal back before half-time or something? It's Einstein, and he's missed. A good opportunity there. Well, I say a half-decent one. He's in the box, and he has an opportunity. We're on a... Steen Madsen is on a 4.6. That might be the lowest rating I've ever seen for a player. Obviously, we're going to haul Steen off at half-time because I don't want to see that go any lower. What options have we even got on the bench? Oh, Jesus, no. This is not looking good, is it? Have I even got any defense? Shit. That's my fault. Why doesn't it do that? Usually when they do an auto-pick, they pick a relatively decent, like, structure of players, but that is ridiculous. Well, this is certainly a turn up for the books based on the way the last game went, didn't it? That was suddenly looking all so good, and then suddenly this happens. Gunnarsson, in for Diamosa. Can he find someone? Anyone? Lovely ball for Borup. That's great work. Can he slip it across for someone? He can! And Franson's missed it. That was an excellent opportunity again. Right, we're going to have to make some striker changes. Nygård is going to come off for Bigler. Franson's been dreadful as well. He'll come off for Nicky Stephenson. I mean, fuck. No, we'll get Soren Boy off for Stephenson because Franson still has a little bit of fitness left in him at least, and he is at least threatening to break the offside trap and get in behind them. None of the other players seem to have done that today. Chukwuma, Johansson, go on, just do something. I would just want to see us get a goal back, maybe, at this point, and maybe don't lose it 5-0 to this lot. This is what I mean about this division, though. It's going to be much, much more difficult. Gunnarsson, over the top for Francis. See, he's got the pace. Oh, that's poor. Stephenson, he could still get the back post, though. Bigler's in! Stephenson's in! How are we not scored? This is ridiculous now. Honestly, I feel like in a game like this, it feels sometimes like the actual game itself has just decided that no matter what you do, you're not going to score a goal. This is the sort of games when it really does feel like that. Stephenson? Thank you. 3-1, Nicky Stephenson. Oh, that reminds me. Like I did in that game against Colding, I'm now going to just surreptitiously throw it on overload and see what happens to the remainder of this game. Because that's what worked against Colding, and it worked against Middelfart. And Colding was away from home, after all. This is an absolutely gorgeous pass, by the way, from... Who was it? Of course it was Steen, trying to redeem himself. Lovely work from Stephenson to go round the goalkeeper, making up for that time he didn't do exactly that. Good assist from Steen Madsen, though, at least. Might bring his rating up to a 5. 5.9, not bad. Chukwuma. Okay. I guess, ow? I'm not really sure what else to say. They've just let it pass to him, and he's just gone straight past and put it in the top. 4-1 it is to Vidovre. Borup's going to come off. We're going to get O'Toole on, just because reasons. He can't do any worse at this point. Borup, in for Stephenson. Back for Borup. Ball in. Bigler. And, oh, Einstein, and it's now 4-2. Einstein's grabbed himself a goal. We're at least making a go at it. We've not even been that bad. We've created some chances, but my God, defensively, have we been absolutely dreadful today. Bigler drops it down. headed away, and then Einstein just, what on earth kind of finishes that? It doesn't matter, it's 4-2. Get back in this game. Yes, we're going to just turn off that, and we're going to go route 1, just to get the ball up to these guys for the final 10 minutes. That's another thing I've tried out a few times. It doesn't always work, but if we can just get the ball up to the strikers, it might just be enough to encourage someone to do something. I thought he was going to win the tackle there. I thought he was going to win the tackle. Oh, wow. Lazarevic. Ball in, and it's 5. Probably our worst performance for quite some time. But even so, creatively, on the attacking front, we've still not even been that bad, but it's just been all about the shocking defending today. Look at the ricochets, my God. This has been quite unfortunate in places too. That's just bad defending as well, but I don't know if this is a 5-2 game, but there you go. The overload does not help with that. Lazarevic, Bigler, can he get to the back post? He can. Stephenson's in, and it's well saved from Korch, and another chance goes begging. Well, Shellerup and Arbe are at least drawing 1-1, so that's good. Stephenson, and it's 5-3. It's 5... Oh, it won't count. Of course. 5-3 there, and there might have been hope for a 5-4. This has still been a fun game, but we've just not been anywhere near him, unfortunately. We've fought back well... Oh, that did not look offside to me. At all, actually. You know, it's never going to work every single time when we try this sort of thing, but at least it has worked a few times and got us a goal or two. Halved the... Oh, Stephenson again. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty! It's a penalty to us. Alan Franson will take it. This game just seems to go on and on and on. I don't know how I'm going to cut this up into a video, to be honest. Still no time to actually do anything in this game, but at least if we make it 5-3, it'll be a little bit less embarrassing. Franson will probably miss, though. Oh, no, he has actually scored. It's 5-3. This could have been 5-4 if that Stephenson goal hadn't been ruled out. Overload does seem to work quite well for us. Well, if nothing else, it's been an interesting game. Goal disallowed. Could have been 5-4, potentially. We missed some chances in the early stages as well. I don't know if I feel hard done by or not. Like, they've scored 5 goals against us, so they deserve to win the game. But on another day, we could have maybe scored 5 of them ourselves. It's a shame. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to chop that match up in order to fit 2 bloody games in this episode, because there's been 8 goddamn goals and all kinds of other nonsense. But the defeat still keeps us only 1 point outside of the promotion spot, so it's not the end of the world. And we did show that we could score goals on the day. Just defensively, it was all over the shop, and once Dean Madsen made that error, I think that game was always going to be the case. So, next episode, I'm actually thinking we'll do the Orbay game, because they're going to be one of the main rivals for the title if we are going to somehow go up. And otherwise, we'd end up doing one of these two. We've just played those. So, in the next episode, we'll have the home games against B93, HIK, Holbeck, Avata, and Hillerud. And then we'll come back and do the home match against Orbay, which could be... You know, that could be one of the most important games we play. Although, to be honest, we could be mid-table in this division and miles out of sight from everyone else by the time that game comes along, because that game did not exactly fill me with confidence. But I need to wrap up this video now, because it's probably morning again from the evening that you watched it. So, if you have enjoyed the video, maybe drop a like on the video, that'd be awesome. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will join you guys in the next episode for a game against AB or Orbay. I don't know how to pronounce that. I assume it's like that. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.